little bit about your friend and his life.
Who's calling him my friend? Anyways, but Henrik Ibsen, I guess he was born March 20th in 1828 in Ski in Norway. He founded modernism and was the father of realism. But you know what's better than realism? Naturalism, which is what I wrote.
So, Mr. Shaw, tell us about Henrik Ibsen's family life.
Oh, it's a messy one, ain't it? When he was 7, his affluent family suffered misfortune with his father's job, resulting in his family moving out of Skien and a change in lifestyle. Ibsen's birth father died, and his mother remarried her uncle, so he wrote quite a bit about incest. It's visible in his play Memoriam. Gross.
Could you tell us a little bit about Ibsen's childhood?
Yes, his happy childhood and relationship with his father, they greatly did affect his works. He portrayed suffering women, too, quite frequently in his plays. This is most likely due to the fact of his mother's suffering and the plight in her lifetime. He did have great sympathy for these characters and did care a lot about his female characters. Yes. So, tell us about the content of some of Ibsen's work and how the public reacted to it.
Well, you see, in the late 1800s, Ibsen began introducing his ideas and beliefs into his work, calling it the drama of ideas. His plays were very, very radical at the time, and the reception was mostly against, but the public came around to his plays eventually. Ibsen never read his criticisms. People in Europe at the time did not speak about Ibsen's work, especially A Doll's House, to each other at risk of starting fights over vastly differing opinions.
So can you tell us about some of Ibsen's writing styles?
Yes, his play Ghosts is it's a criticism, satire of society, similar to The Misanthrope, if you're familiar with Moliere's work in France. They both had a similar critique of society aspect. But The Misanthrope was not as comedic, and so was The Ghosts. Both of them were more serious in tone. The public actually freaked out about The Ghosts. They were not a fan. And in response, the madman Ibsen himself, he wrote a play called Enemy of the People about the public not understanding intelligent people and artists. What a guy.
Ibsen was the second most performed playwright after Shakespeare, but I really don't understand why. Like, yeah, realism is interesting and all, and you get to see what life is really like, but what is better than that? The fact that you can dive real deep into the inner mechanisms of somebody's mind, much like how my plays do.
So, did Mr. Ibsen have any troubles in his adult life?
Ibsen had one child with his wife Susanna, but the two split after Ibsen went on a self-imposed exile to Italy.
So how would you say that your work compares to Henrik's work as well?
Well, Henrik and I, we have a similar writing style. Our works do like to explore somewhat more realistic situations, and we do have a little touch of satire in our works. However, I would say that mine has a little bit more complex view of society compared to Mr. Ibsen's, but I do give him great credit for his work.
He considered Emperor and Galen as like his best work, but most people see A Doll's House as truly the cornerstone of his work, but I really don't understand why. It's just about some woman, and Ibsen is just some dumb feminist, like. So, Mr. O'Neill, could you please tell us, has Ibsen received any honors or recognition for his work?
He has indeed received some. He was nominated for the Nobel Prize in Literature. He was the laureate in 1902, 1903, and 1904, indeed. We also, all of the great playwrights who have attended this service for Ibsen, we are all deeply indebted to his works in the genres of modernism and realism. He influenced us all greatly, and we do owe him that token of gratitude.
I was his wife. I miss him dearly. You know, I did actually have pink hair.
you.